now. Okay. Hey everyone, we're just gonna be doing a reactionary video to the new TV show that's come out regarding She-Hulk. So just a few clips that have been making the rounds, so we're gonna do a bit of a reaction to them now. Starting off with the scene where Bruce and Jennifer talk about their anger issues. I'm gonna hit it up. Hit play, bro. There, dude, hit play.
Hold on. Can I just say how poor?
You alright? Where'd you go?
I'm fucking laughing. Can I just say how bored you sound?
Nah. We'll do an intro real quick. We gotta get this at least. I don't know, man. Should we make something or not? Feminism is so boring, dude. Okay, bro, just do feminism.
Alright, we'll just play, no, just react. Go. React all the way. I'll put this full screen.
No breath, no judgment.
So when do you think I can leave?
Let's just focus on each day as they come, Jen.
I mean, I legitimately do have a life to get back to.
I know I've been pushing you through a lot, but being a superhero is a trial by fire.
Bruce, I'm not gonna be a superhero.
What else are you gonna do as a Hulk?
Return to my career that I have spent years building. Use my law degree that
Oh. Do you know what they're referencing here? Are you still there, bro?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Do you know what they're referencing here? No, I could be mistaken. So you know how he was like, oh, you're a superhero now, you have to go do superhero things. And she's like, no, I have to go back to work.
Yeah.
That's literally the whole idea of, you know, how women get pregnant and they can't go back into the workforce because they have to raise their child and whatnot. Yeah, now she's based, this is not similar. This is exactly what they're saying. They're saying, oh, you know, women should be going back to work. Pregnancy should not be holding them up. It should not be putting them down. If anything, women should not get pregnant at all because they should focus on their career instead. That's literally what this is signifying. It's toxic. It's wrong. It's honestly so wrong.
Essentially what it's saying is you have a higher responsibility, which in her case is to become a superhero because now she's been given a power that she can't just, you know, ignore. But just like a woman has the power to give birth, which is equally as, I guess,
yeah, but
crazy when you think about it. And then she's saying in this scene, she's ignoring her superpower. She wants to ignore it and just go back to a normal life. Not normal life, but a career-motivated life where she can just focus on her career and forget about all her actual responsibilities, or her, like, newly found responsibility, which in most cases for women is, yeah,
getting pregnant. Yeah, that's literally what the whole feminist movement is about. I never realized, but that's just it clicked. All right.
Yeah, what the hell?
I'm still paying off a fortune in student loans for.
I don't think anyone that I've seen a lot of reactionary videos to this. I don't think anyone has had that thought though. That's quite interesting that you brought that up because it actually makes so much sense.
Well, that's just the connection that I made instantly.
Yeah, of course.
Video.
All right, we'll continue playing.
The other, Jen, I am trying to show you that we can live between what we want and what is. But we can't pretend like we are two of the few people on Earth that can actually protect her. Which is why we have to make sure of your ability to tolerate the stress and regulate your emotions, especially your anger.
Well, here's the thing, Bruce. I'm great at controlling my anger. I do it all the time. When I'm catcalled in the street.
Here we go.
Incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me. I do it pretty much every day because if I don't, I will get called emotional or difficult or might just literally get murdered. So I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you. So all of this just feels like projecting a lot of shit onto me.
See?
No, I'm doing this.
Okay, this is completely new territory.
You guys have outgrown your binder, cuz. Love you, Bruce, but I'm going home.
All right, that's basically the end of the video anyway.
That's the video right there. That's the scene that everyone's been talking about because she's essentially sitting there and belittling the angers and the trials and tribulations that the Hulk has had to go through throughout his life. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the Hulk, but I do know at least bare minimums, which is that he growing up as a child has seen his mum get beaten to death by his father. He's lost the love of his life um, in that Marvel Avengers movie, which was that redhead, the widow,
Yeah, Black Widow.
the Black Widow. So he loses her, which is essentially supposed to be the love of his life. He has tried to commit suicide, I think, multiple times, but he just can't do it because the Hulk keeps fucking spitting the bullet back out. And on top of that, he's killed probably a lot of people in his rage outfits that he didn't intend to kill, a lot of civilians. So he's an extremely torn guy.
And even in the
But
original movies, like I remember the original movies, he was like getting hunted down by the government and the military forces. Like his whole life was just basically trying to escape and try and live just a normal life.
so he's had probably the shittest life you could have imaginable, and none of that he even asked for. He was just born into a bad family, exposed to nuclear radiation, been chased down by the government his whole entire life, lost his love of his life to a war. I mean, all these things are horrible. Whereas she's comparing that, and it wouldn't be so bad. You see how it wouldn't be so bad if she kind of just said what makes her angry without saying at the end infinitely more than you. Because what she did is she said a lot of things that make her angry, but some of them are fair enough. Like people belittling you at your workplace.
Yeah, but you have to realize that like this is a TV show that you're meant to watch for entertainment purposes only, and you don't go and watch a TV show to get bombarded with political statements. Like all the comments that she made about being catcalled or being mansplained or whatever she talked about. These are all just current political situations going on right now, and it shouldn't be put into this TV show. And that's what I think people are angry about. It's lost the value of entertainment, and now these TV shows are becoming political statements. Um,
They're using their platform to, and you know what's dangerous about it is as well. It's like for us, for example, for me and you who have developed, it's not going to affect us that badly. But what's scary about it is what it'll do to younger generations growing up with this garbage on all of their TV shows, on all of their favorite movies, and everything like that. They're going to be constantly subjected to this almost propaganda that it will actually change the mental state of the younger generations. Because it's not so bad for me and you.
you're right. You're right. So like I feel like this She-Hulk is and there's nothing wrong with it. The She-Hulk is supposed to be the role model for I guess the younger generation girls, like the young girls, and then I guess the regular Hulk is meant to be the inspiration role model for the boys. So they're sort of balancing it out, which is fine. So you want to have equal representation. The issue is another issue that I see is how she's created a negative bias towards guys in general. So she's like, even though it had nothing to do with the movie, she's now created a scenario where guys are catcalling, guys are mansplaining. So it's got this like negative notion towards guys, and it's like, well, this is no longer about equality. This is like you were saying before. It's now proving that women are more than men, and it's wrong. It's gone beyond the whole scope of feminism. Feminism used to be about actually getting equality. It used to be about equal rights, equal voting power, equal pay, and all that sort of thing, which is fine. But now it's become, no, women have got their equality. They want to get more now. Now we are better than men. We want to prove to you that we can do more than men, and it's just a dangerous path it's being gone on right now.
What's dangerous about it as well, and you raised a good point there, is it's like feminism has become, how can women become equal to men and better than them at everything they do? But there's something for some reason negative about um like understanding the differences between men and women and accepting that, and then letting those differences be a good thing. You know what I mean? It's like, not, it doesn't, you don't necessarily need to have women doing all of men's roles. You don't have to have men doing all the women's roles.
Yeah, that's going under the.
There's a kind of beauty in the fact that they're different, and they should do different roles in society. But
Yeah,
at a fundamental level, things should be equal, which is like you said.
yeah, of course.
They should have obviously the equality to do anything they want. They should have the equality to date whoever they want, see whoever they want, invest in whatever they want, be whoever they want. But they don't necessarily, and they shouldn't be pushed. Like feminism should be all about that, those kind of morals and topics, which everyone agrees upon.
Which is perfectly fine. Yeah.
I think everyone, and unless you're mentally ill, you have to agree that all women deserve equal rights to men, to you know what I mean, to everything.
Yeah, of course.
Of course they do.
Without
It'd
a
be
doubt.
insane. You'd be insane to say they don't. But where it goes wrong is all of a sudden now it's that plus the fact that they want to replace men.
Yeah,
Entirely.
it's horrible, and now it's being shoved into our TV shows. And to be honest, like, not that I was very interested in Hulk to begin with, but I was like, after I saw this scene, I was like, well, this is not something I want to watch. You know, I actually want to watch something entertaining, something fun, full of action and story, not some political agenda, some political movement that they're trying to shove down our throats. That's not what I want, so I'm just not going to watch it. But what's interesting, so we've got another video to show you, and notice how she was complaining about being catcalled. So, which is fair enough, it does happen and stuff, but regardless, it shouldn't be put on this in this TV show. But the idea that, you know, women are being sexualized and being catcalled on streets, which is not a good thing. But then let's look at this next video. So there's another scene, another video. Let's just quickly watch this.
Hi, there's my new favorite client. Just your signature there. And then just initial. Good. And initials up here.
You almost tasted that. Num 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 num, eat it up. Go play okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest. You ain't never gotta heat me up. I'm you are.
All right. So what on earth is going on here? First of all, so initially she was talking about catcalling, and now all of a sudden she's twerking in an office. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm just calling out the pure hypocrisy of what's going on with Disney right now. Is it Disney that made this? I don't even know who made it, to be honest, but just the hypocrisy in this whole situation of all of a sudden, oh, I don't want to be catcalled, and then all of a sudden, oh, look at me, I'm twerking in an office. Like, even their agenda itself is confused. Like, they don't even know what they're trying to push anymore. They just have some, like I'm just watching this and I'm confused. I'm like, well, what are you trying to push towards me now? Like, initially you're pushing one thing, and then all of a sudden you're pushing the complete opposite.
Correct. Yeah, and essentially in any workplace, any sexual or like provocative behavior should not be allowed. That's just a given. I mean, if you want to come to a workplace and do your work, you have to do it in an environment where those factors are not a problem.
Yeah, this is not something you do in a work environment.
They're not shoved in your face, because it's impossible now for a man, as funny as it sounds, to see a sexual act in the office such as twerking and not look.
Yeah.
Like it's physically impossible. We're wired genetically to look at, and not only because of it's a sexual act, but because it's strange and
it's
like
strange. And I keep in mind
ordinary.
what I said earlier, that this She-Hulk is supposed to be the role model of the younger generation girls. So now this is what Disney is trying to push towards us. Is it Disney, first of all? Just before I get this wrong, I don't even know. But I think it is, yeah. But this is what they're trying to show little girls, that it's okay to work in the office. Like, it's so twisted and wrong.
You'll never be taken seriously like this. This is not like behavior that you should think is considered normal in an office space. This is completely absurd. If I, for example, if I was to walk into my office and I saw some of the ladies that we have in office twerking, I wouldn't know what to think.
You'd be like, what the fuck's going on?
You'd be shocked by that behavior. You'd be like, what's going on here? This is completely unacceptable. There's just no room for it in the office. Like, this is a professional area. There's no room for anything of this matter to be going on.
But now they're trying to show us that this is normal, this is okay, this is acceptable. Like, me personally, I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I would not want my daughter or my partner or whoever it may be twerking in an office. But this is shown.
I'm sure it'd be the same. I'm sure, for example, your partner wouldn't want you ripping your shirt off when you sign a deal with a client and dancing around and doing like bicep curls in your office. It's just unusual. Like, it's anyone would see that and think that something strange is going on here.
I feel like the whole feminist agenda is just taking a step back. Like, it's just become so toxic, so wrong, so confused. As you can see, like, they don't even know what they're pushing anymore, and it's all over the place.
It's become to shut down any form of masculinity and to bring up even the extreme femininity side of things. So it's like shutting down any form of masculinity, but at the same time, twerking in an office is okay, and that's considered normal behavior.
But it's hypocrisy.
That's an extremely feminine act to do, But anything masculine to do or that you can do is now become toxic.
It's pure
Whereas this has
hypocrisy.
become accepted.
And now it's being
And
shoved into these TV shows. And by the way, so if you just push feminism aside, what on earth is, like, I haven't watched the TV show, but what on earth could this possibly have to do with the story of Hulk? Like, I
don't think
remember
there really
Hulk.
even is a story. I think the whole story is exactly what we're talking about.
Just
is
a feminist agenda? Is that what it is?
I think so. It's pretty much saying that she is doing what the Hulk can do, which is fight crime and save civilians from evil, as well as manage a full-time career as a lawyer, and she's doing it effortlessly almost. She's
Yep.
able to achieve these things without, putting in what you would consider the work to get it done correctly, which is what the Hulk has had to do.
Keep in mind, this is a TV show. It's not. I'm pretty sure it's a TV show. It's not a movie, so there are multiple episodes. How boring would this shit be to watch?
Yeah.
Wait, hold
it's
on.
not
What's
entertaining.
what's the rating?
I think it's rated like pretty poorly for audience rankings.
Yeah,
but
5.0. Yeah. Well, who would have? No, sorry, 2.1. Holy shit.
yeah, by audience.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, you can understand why.
Yeah, and what everyone got really mad about is in that previous thing we watched where she discusses her anger issues with Bruce or the Hulk. The way
Were
that
you about
she-
to say Bruce Wayne?
Is his name Bruce Banner, the Hulk?
Yeah, but I thought you were going to say Bruce Wayne.
The way that she belittles him and says that it's infinitely more. She has to deal with infinitely more anger than he does. That's the part that just, I think, it's so out of context, and it's just there's no place for it really in the movie. It's like
Yeah.
those things that she brought up are actually bad. I understand if you're a woman, and
But not for
there
a
are
TV
honestly,
show.
no, but there are instances though. But what she's raised here, there are instances where women do get talked down to in the workplace because they are women. There are instances where obviously do get catcalled and treated differently. And obviously in a situation, especially like in certain industries, it's male dominant. So obviously there's going to be like industries where it's going to be difficult for a woman to fit in because of the culture that's been created in that work group. And obviously that can be considered a bad thing, right? Because a woman can't go out drinking well, she can go out drinking every night and like being very crude and behaving in a very manly, like a very manly considered way, which is a lot of what happens in the construction industry.
Yeah,
makes
no,
sense.
I think there are, like,
So, like, it's
obviously.
difficult for women to fit into a construction industry when it's filled with men who have these habits that aren't necessarily easy for a woman to follow.
I know what you mean. Like, I know we're getting too far into the whole feminist topic, and we're steering away from this Hulk shit. I reckon the bottom line, to sum it up, feminism is infiltrating into our TV shows and movies, and it's just becoming unwatchable. And clearly, from the ratings, it's 2.1. No one wants to watch it either. I'm certainly not going to watch it.
No one wants to be lectured. People want to be
Yeah.
entertained. You don't want to be lectured in every single show that you watch.
The entertainment industry is just going downhill. That's all I can say.
Yeah. I mean, and the longer they keep putting these little political correct statements into every single movie, the worse and worse it's going to get. Like,
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching, and we'll release more episodes soon.